What a go on, everybody? Welcome to my first YouTube video. I'll just like it to be a story time and give you a little idea as to who I am. I am from Jamaica, born and raised, but now I live in France. It's a funny story how I reached in France. Let's get into the story. While working in Jamaica, I met a man, a French man, and it happened that we get into intimate relationship, fell in love, and decided that we would get married and become expatriate. An expatriate is a person who moved from one country to the other for work. This is the life both of us wanted, and I decided, okay, no problem, I love him, let's see how it goes. You know, young and crazy and all these things. I got married in Jamaica, and our first assignment was to work in Ethiopia. While there in Ethiopia, it happened that I got pregnant, and I decided to come back to Jamaica to be with my mom and family while I was pregnant, because you know, everybody when they're pregnant, they want to be around family, feel that love, feel that support. So basically that's what I did. I went back to Jamaica, and while I was there, the Zika virus broke out. Not sure if everybody is familiar with the Zika virus, but it's not good for pregnant women because it poses a threat to the baby while the woman is pregnant. The mother of my husband, she became very concerned about this, and she suggested that I come to France to await the birth of the child, because the virus was not in France and it would be better overall because healthcare in France is better than in Jamaica and a lot of things. And so, okay, no problem, I decided to come to France. And while I was in France, I was with my husband and his family. While I was there with my husband and his family, as you know, one, I am Jamaican and this is France. Two totally different culture. It's like day and night. And you know, the dynamics is kind of different, as you would say. So you can imagine living with my husband's family. It become very challenging very quickly because a lot of cultural difference, a lot of differences in general. And so basically it was difficult, and we were newlyweds, so being there, being with the family and everything, and one thing led to another where it becomes so difficult that it became verbally abusive and then physically abusive. I was 8.5 months pregnant during this time, during one occasion when it becomes physical abusive. 8.5 months pregnant, I decided that maybe I should try to go back to Jamaica because I'm 8.5 months pregnant, the baby is almost here. His mom and took my computer, so I couldn't get to book a flight. She took my phone, she took my passport, and I could not get to book a flight. But long story short, I end up that I get back my passport and my computer, and when I tried to actually make the flight to come to Jamaica, no airline would take me because I am pregnant, 8.5 months, and they said it's a flight risk or something like that to be that much pregnant and on the plane. So couldn't get a flight to come to Jamaica. And even if I did get a flight to come to Jamaica, I don't know how I would reach the airport because we live very far from the airport and I don't speak French at that time. No French. So I'm this little Jamaican girl, don't speak no French. don't know, in the middle of some part of France. So it was a very challenging time. During that time, I decided that okay, maybe I'll just wait it out, have the baby, and maybe when I have the baby, things will be better off with me and my husband and his family, and maybe I could get to come back to Jamaica with my child, and you know, maybe the little distance would kind of ease the thing, and you know, wrong. Nothing like that. It happened that after I had the baby I had the baby by C-section. I think 6 weeks after I gave birth to our child, and I was out the hospital. Me and my husband, we get into a very physical fight, and during that time it becomes more and more obvious that hey, this is not safe. This whole environment is not safe. And it happened that I think maybe 4 months or so, the fight was it really got really intense, and basically went from his home in the middle of the night because he tell me, get out of here, you can't stay here, I don't want you here. So I went out the door with just the clothes on my back and my passport in my hand. I had no cell phone, I have nothing, because my husband at the time, he took the cell phone that he bought me. So I was out the door, just the clothes on my back, no cell phone, just my passport in hand. I know nobody. I don't speak any French, and all I know is based on memory how to get to the police station. Because on occasion, while we would drive through the town, I would see the police station on our way and stuff like that. And in this time, I am marking, because you know, after constantly fighting back and forth, another issue was he would not look about my papers, so I was here illegally. And all I keep telling him, get my papers, stuff like that, he wouldn't. So basically at this point, you know, listen me, this is getting really, really bad. On occasion, you passing the police station, you would glimpse it, you know. And I have got a good memory. That's one thing with me, I have a very good memory. So I memorized it in my head. I was sure 100% because I never walked there, I always drive past. But I have enough in me to know where I'm going. And I literally walk from his house to the police station. And if somebody from Jamaica is watching, this would be like walking from maybe from Stony Hill to Halfway Tree, or little beyond Halfway Tree, in the middle of in the night. So I'm walking in the night from Stony Hill to Halfway Tree with no money, nothing, don't speak French, I have no idea how to ask for anything or anything like that. So I went to the police station. I actually find my way there, and I didn't know that in France, the police station, it don't really open up like in Jamaica or something like that, and you can walk in or something like that. You actually have to ring a bell and wait outside, because it's what they call Glendamer here, and you have to actually wait outside. So I ring the bell, wait outside, and I keep ringing the bell, nobody was answering. And then finally, maybe 10 minutes or so, somebody answer. But listen, I speak no French. So when a French voice coming on the phone talking, it's like confusion. So the best thing I could do at the time, say, please, I need help. Could you help me? Could you assist me? I knew how to say that in French at least. I know how to say, please help. You know, aide-moi s'il te plaît, aide-moi s'il te plaît. So I was there pressing, and that's all I'm saying, aide-moi s'il te plaît. Because my French is so limited. Finally, I went into the police station, explained myself, all of this, and finally the police decided to say, what you going to do? You want to go back to the house or what you going to do? I said, well, I can't go back to the house because my husband tell me, don't come back to the house, get out. So I guess I have nowhere to go. So the police basically drive me to another town and just drop me off at an hospital in the arms of some social worker. And that's it. I don't know nothing. So this social worker, luckily she speaks little English. So she just basically talked to me and tell me, well, you will be going to a foyer to stay for 3 days. And a foyer in French is actually a homeless shelter. And then I will have to report back to her at the hospital every 3 days to get a new foyer to stay. And she gave me that, a ticket bus, and just a map. Nothing else. A ticket bus, a map, and tell me to reach a foyer. I was there looking. I said, what the hell? How am I going to find this place? I'm like, the map is, come on, we are Jamaican. We don't know how to use map like that. We are island people. When we are in Jamaica, we said, excuse me, you know how to find XYZ? And they said, go down there, so, turn around there, so, go on there, so, look for a big tree, look for a big shop, call Master around there, so, Master will tell you which part to go. Those are the directions I know all my life. This is the first time I am seeing a map. I have no idea what the hell am I going to do right now. And so, she basically was generous enough to carry me to a bus station and tell me, okay, this is the bus station. You will go on the bus with the bus ticket, and you will look on the sign, and it will tell you the name of the place that you need to stop. When you stop at this place, then you will walk from there. Girl, boys, when I tell you, I am speechless. I don't know if I'm going to find this place. I don't know if I'm going to last. I don't know what's going to happen to me. But I said, you know what? I'm stepping in faith. So I hop on this bus, stopped at the place, and finally I was out there in the open on my own. Don't speak French, don't know nothing, don't know anybody. And I end up at this foyer. And for the next 5 months, I was living from foyer to foyer. If anybody had watched the movie In Pursuit of Happiness, when the man is running from homeless shelter to homeless shelter to homeless shelter, that's how I was living for 5 months. I was literally running from homeless shelter to homeless shelter with nothing. There were times when things get really difficult because I have no money, I have no resource, I have nothing. And some of the people at these homeless shelters, they were nice. There are social worker there, they give assistance and stuff like that. I wouldn't say I was treated badly while I was homeless or anything like that. Thank God I don't really have a real bad experience. Like, I have some experiences, but comparing to other people, I would say that I am blessed, and I will have to give thanks for that. And after I was living like that, I called Jamaica, called my mom. I didn't explain all the things that was happening because I was afraid of raising our blood pressure, as what we Jamaicans would say. So basically, I didn't really tell my mom all the details, but I would tell my friends all the details, and my friends would offer some assistance by sending money through Western Union to help me as time go on, until I was able to find myself with an organization and a lawyer and everything to try see if I can get my paperwork and everything straightened out. I was basically on my own, and in France it's very difficult because aside from the social workers that are there to assist you, and some of them are really nice and they're really helpful, and I give thanks for the really nice ones that I come across, but some of them are not so nice and they're not so kind. And the French society in general, I would say they are not so welcoming to strangers and to outsiders, especially if you don't speak the language. That's a huge thing for them, because outside of Paris, it is very difficult for you to find persons who speak English, and they would look at you and say, "Parle français, parle français," speak French, and you're looking like, I'm sorry. I didn't have the opportunity to learn your language. You know, please give pass. But I mean, that's just how it is, you know. That's just how it is. The French is not so kind to outsiders, and like, they can attack the comments for that or whatever, but it's a fact. It's what I've experienced while living here. So, long story short, I would say I came to France with the idea of spending 6 months, and with the intention of having my baby and going back to Jamaica. And now 6 months has turned into 4 years. You heard correctly. 6 months has turned into 4 years. And it's not because I want to be in France. I am here because a judge decides that in the best interest of my child, I need to live in France. A judge decides. So I'm not here because I want to be here. I am here because a judge decides. I have not been to Jamaica. I have not seen my family. And during the duration of this time, I can honestly say that even if I want to go back to Jamaica, I can't go back to Jamaica, because I left Jamaica for 6 months. 4 years have passed. And 4 years means the deterioration of the relationship between me and my family, because my family don't support the decision to divorce my husband. In particular, my mother, she doesn't support that decision. In her mind, she believes that a woman needs to endure certain uncomfortableness to have greatness. So she's from the old school that believe that a woman should keep her mouth shut and support her husband. What goes on in the marital life should stay in the marital life. So with this divorce, she don't agree, she don't support me, and there's no place for me back in Jamaica, and I'm just here in France in limbo. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions or anything you would like me to answer. Please subscribe, of course, and thank you very much. Have a nice day or afternoon or night wherever you are. Bisous.